here we go again. It's Friday,
yes,
and
indeed.
we are here to bring a smile to your face.
Yes, indeed. After a great week comes the weekend, yeah?
Yes, it is. Yes, indeed. And it's Friday, and we're relaxed and just ready for some.
Yeah.
And some people look like they're ready for the match.
Yes, of course. We're
evening.
ready to support the Eagles. Yes, we are. And of course, if
Your
you're
energy
watching
looks
this
like you're ready to go and play that match for them.
before, I'm ready. As in, you're not understanding. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna have some popcorn, gonna have my drinks, everything ready. And of course, TVC is gonna be showing the match live
At 4 p.m. today.
4 p.m.
Don't miss it.
In fact, if you miss it, hey, in fact. Okay.
I'm
so
going to be on my knees throughout that,
like
just
pray.
I'm not going to be watching the match. I'm going to be deep in prayer and intercession.
You're wondering what show you're watching,
need
right?
a win.
It's Wake Up Nigeria.
Right.
And it doesn't get better than this on TV at this time of the day. Trust me.
All right, we're no different from the rest of the world, and we're just excited that everyone else is getting ready for the weekend. And no matter what happens today, make sure you get some rest. I'm Yomi Owokwe.
And I'm Titilayo Onisan. We're streaming live on tvcontinental.tv and on Facebook. For comments, use our hashtag Wake Up Nigeria. And of course, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. We are there.
Yeah.
And we can't wait to see your comments and contributions.
All right, you know when it's Friday, there's someone special that we usually have in the kitchen.
Yes.
And we're going to introduce her right now. Chef Mary Jane is in with Mary.
Hey.
Hey, guys.
Good morning.
It's Mary and Mary.
Nice to be here
Mary,
this
Mary.
morning.
Good morning. It's great to be back again.
Honestly,
All
we
I can
actually did miss you, Mary.
Oh, really now?
We're trying not to, but it was just really hard.
Mary,
Seriously.
All I can see in the kitchen right now is a tiny little pestle and mortar.
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys are doing there.
Yeah.
You know we're all about the ethnic food on Fridays.
Yeah.
Mary Jane does not disappoint. You know how many people have proposed marriage to Mary Jane just because of the food?
Oh yeah, that's true.
It's like, Mary Jane, will you marry me?
All right, it's a great Friday, and we're going to be bringing you fun in different shades. And in no time, we're going to be getting you into the weekend groove with a jam from A-Top, and that's going to be right here live in the studio.
Yes, so. And of course, What's New? An exciting weekly TV program by the BBC for young people in Africa. It's going to hit the airwaves very, very soon. And guess what? TVC is going to be part of that fun. We'll be linking up with some of the personalities responsible for putting together all these amazing programs. And we'll be talking to them via Skype on the show today.
And from that, you can also expect a daily World Cup briefing with Promise, brought to you by Power Oil. He'll be giving us all the juice in anticipation of the match later today against Iceland, which you can, by the way, watch live on TVC at 4 p.m. We intend to bring you all the action right here live.
Live and direct. And of course, what fun would our weekends be without the movies? We'll be bringing you a lot of info on the movies that are going to be showing in the cinemas this weekend, as usual. This time, Mary is going to be giving us the info.
Our buddy Jerry is the best that ever played, and now he wants to retire.
Never been tagged. Just saying.
So who's it?
Can't touch this.
This is the year we get Jerry.
The ladies can begin to get excited as we will be bringing them a tutorial on highlighting and contouring. From Regina of Radiance Makeover.
Yes, indeed. You know we know how to slay. We have to make ourselves slay every day.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
especially on the weekend with all the O&Bs that's happening.
Lots of things happening today. So look, you guys,
Are
I know
you guys
that
really going to ignore my jersey? Really?
I already mentioned.
You know, I was going to talk about your jersey. It's
No, I was just trying to
it's giving me a
take the floor.
double
Sorry, Yomi.
feeling because I'm like, I
Double
hope you are
feeling.
not celebrating before the F or you are
Really?
you are-
Don't be so pessimistic.
And then guess what?
Yeah.
Iceland, their coach told them yesterday and they could get down with their wives before the match today.
How do you know this?
It's in the
Mary?
news.
No
And
way.
I'm like, what are these guys planning
you
for
hear
us?
this
They
in the
want
news?
their players to be so relaxed
And calm.
and calm.
But actually, I just wanted to say, because I saw all the social media comments from influencers and people and different people, and all they're saying is, look, I believe Nigeria is going to win this match, which is a good thing, right? So, but I just want to say that no matter what happens today, let's just continue to be patriotic.
We're always winners.
I really hope we win. That's it. That's it for me. I really hope we win. I'm scared.
I'm actually not scared.
I am.
As such, because there was a turn on the table yesterday, last night, with Argentina going down.
A shocking loss, a shocking defeat.
Really?
They were
That's
decimated.
part of my fear.
As in, I was wait.
The pig said Argentina and Nigeria.
Right.
So much to say.
Yeah.
So much to say. So little time. But,
We have to go for the news updates, and Busalami is on standby for us.
Thank you, Yomi. We'll start with the Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project set up, accusing the National Assembly of violating the fundamental rights of Nigerians by cutting the proposed allocations for essential public services to the tune of 19.15 billion naira in the 2018 budget. Deputy Director Timothy Adewale, in a statement, said the action of the federal lawmakers is qualified as a crime against humanity and should as such be referred to the International Criminal Court set up once President Buhari do not only instruct the Attorney General of the Federation to refer the 2018 budget to the ICC, but also comply with the judgment of Justice Muhammad Idris of the Federal High Court in Lagos, who ordered that all the lawmakers culpable in the pardon of the 2016 budget be prosecuted. Lawmaker representing Yobe East says it is not compulsory for President Buhari to fully implement all projects inserted in the 2018 budget. Bukar Abba Ibrahim disclosed this during an interaction with a Senate correspondent following observations raised by the presidency on the alteration of key federal projects by lawmakers. The lawmaker says all previous budget had never been fully implemented, even at the best of times. The Kaduna State Police Command has confirmed that one of their men was killed by Shiite members. The police and members of the Islamic movement clashed in Kaduna on Wednesday during a protest against the continued detention of their leader, Ibrahim El-Zakzaky. The slain policeman was mobbed to death by the protesters and his rifle carted away. 11 members of the group have also been arrested. Meanwhile, the arraignment of Ibrahim El-Zakzaky and his wife Zinat over alleged culpable homicide was told at a Kaduna High Court. Counsel to the leader of the Islamic movement, Femi Falana, says the trial was stalled due to the absence of the judge, Justice Gideon Kurada. The trial had been adjourned till July the 11th. The Lagos State Police Command has decided or declared as false a video circulated online by one masked woman who claims the police sergeant owned houses worth billions of naira in Lagos. Police Commissioner Edgar Imohime says the police officer accused by the woman in the video does not own such property, but the police will do all it can to unravel the woman behind the mask. The People's Democratic Party, that's the PDP, has condemned top officials of the federal government for linking opposition leaders to killings across the country without providing any direct evidence. PDP National Publicity Secretary Kola Ologbondiyan at the briefing in Abuja described the allegation as a ploy to harass, intimidate, and use draconian tactics against leaders of the opposition by the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC. And that's it for me from now, but I'll leave you with the weather update and be back at 8 a.m. for the latest news. Bye for now.
All right, time now for the newspaper headlines, and we're starting with the Punch. Southeast senators, IYC, cackle, reject budget cuts. How federal government will raise 9.1 trillion naira to fund 2018 budget, says Udoma. Eagles play Iceland in crucial Group D tie. We won't lose to Iceland, says Raw. And Buhari calls for good journalism as IPI Congress begins in Abuja. We're in support of restructuring, says Oshibajo. Fayose can only vote and return to AFAO on election day, says Fayemi. And a couple of other writers here and stories on the cover of The Punch.
On the cover of The Guardian newspaper, we have DSS arrest 2 suspected Islamic State commanders in Abuja. Detains ex-governor Suswam, recovers arms, ammunition. ECOWAS warns of growing terrorism in sub-region. Oshomole unopposed as APC holds convention tomorrow, party hopeful of successful exercise. Stakeholders allege plot to scuttle bill against estimated billing. Then finally, NDDC denies Akwa Ibom's government's claims on projects. That's what we have on The Guardian.
Up next is the Daily Sun. Abuja comes alive with APC convention. Governors clear coast for Oshomole. Adopt consensus as ABRI withdraws. Federal government defends policy on cattle ranches. It's not new, says Interior Minister. IPI Congress, Buhari highlights gains of good journalism. Military offers 5 million naira reward on Boko Haram sites. Killings, DSS arrests ex-Benue Governor Suswam. And finally, El Zakzaki, police inspector killed as Shiites protest in Kaduna. All on the cover of the Daily Sun.
Now moving towards The Nation newspaper, it says Ekiti 2018, Fayose will be caged on election day, says Fayemi. NLC gives candidates ultimatum on salaries. Governor alleges withholding of Paris Club refund. Lawmakers under attack for budget 2018 alterations. NLC, MANIYC, Southeast senators angry. And then finally, it says here, Oshomole set for coronation as Ebri quits. That's what we have on the cover of The Nation.
All right, as we get ready for our big day today at 4 p.m., let's look at sports. Nigeria versus Iceland today at 4 p.m. It's win or bust for the Eagles. Youthful Eagles face tough Iceland test. Raw, Eagles won't lose to Iceland. I like that. Yobo start, Musa Omero versus Iceland. And Argentina on the brink, which is very true. Onazi rallies Eagles versus Iceland. And a couple of other stories there on the cover of Complete Sports.
And that's all we can take from the newspaper headlines for now.
Of course, our fitness expert is on standby. When it's Friday, you know that fitness is sexy, and Tony is on standby for us.
We're gonna die there. Super Eagles. My people, Emma worry. Good morning to you all. It is still your #1 entertainment show on TV. Italian connection, yeah? It is gonna be Iceland. I am coming for you. Eagles, don't worry. We are still in the game. For now, let's talk to Yama Yama, FCS5. And come on, one more time. Blessing time. Let's see the tweets. Oh my God. Come on, Indy, come on, come on. Today's gonna be so much war. Let's get the one push up a little bit. There are people in the house that cannot do push up on their toe. I mean, show them modification. Thank you very much. I make sure I am boy. Let's do push up, no problem. And let's finish the game now. What will it be? Italian connection. Patrick, I know all the way from Italy. You ready? Indy, you ready with me? We're going into puppies. No, I said puppies for now. No, it's gonna be straight set now. On our front spot it is. Let's go. Come on. One down. It's straight set. The number you can think about. But for today, we are going to be having 10. How many now down? Here it, come on. Make sure you're squeezing your walls. Your leg has the largest muscle group. And it keeps coming. I believe you. I believe everybody at home. What number? No Ojoro, Iceland, you're in trouble. Are we there? Now we're going to go into something that is so unique about working out. It's going to be called a super set. It's a very interesting sector. It's a very interesting way of working out. Then let's go. Super set is going to be, I cannot do burpees, touch and jump. One down. We're going to do the row. 1, 2, 2 row. We're going to go into 2 now. We're going to be doing 2 burpees now for me. I see 1. You can't do that. I just told you. Touch and 2 down. We're gonna increase the what? The row is 1. We have 2. Keep squeezing this your posterior tree. This is your back muscle. We have 1 more. 4. 1 superset is gone. Second superset. Hey, I like your heart rate up. No machine, no problem. Let's see. 5 final. 5 push-ups. If you are advanced, follow me. And then there is trouble today. There is trouble. I got 5. We're gonna go again. Iceland. Come on, Italian connection. Patrick, I hope you're still in the game. 1 more. Advance. Advance member. Pongama son, Iceland. Take it on the bit. Now we are going to go into what? You like all these your abdominal exercises. Follow me if you advance. Win me. Come on. Hold it here. Bring it up. Come on, stand. Bring it down again. Just make sure your hand are not leaving the ground. What you do to the right? Go to the left. Come on. Bring it up. Yeah, here. Come on. Good. We just got 2. And you show them. Flat extension. But because it is Iceland, we're not going to give up. Armpit touch. We're taking it to another level. 1, 2. Come on. 1, 2. Come on. 1, 2. Come on. 1, 2. Any, forget them. No problem. If you're home, I hope you are doing what we're doing. You can see. You can see heart rate is going up. Lower house is working. Any, keep coming. I know. We don't give up. Super Eagles. Emma soon, any. Break time. And because we are still in the game, go back to this action again. Go back to the action. Windmill I want. Come on, you can drag in 1 more. It is going to be 2-1 against Iceland. Bring it up. Take it up. Go to the side. Down. Bring it up again. What I do to the left, I do to the right. Titi, you just... Titi, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. BY Green. Nigeria. Come on, come on. Come on. Don't give up. Any break time. Say, let me tell you, our take home today. Never give up. Don't quit. If you stumble.
Welcome to the Wake Up Nigeria Kitchen, the one place where you know great food will be prepared, and we will show you exactly how you can make great meals in the comfort of your homes. Chef Mary Jane is here of Kadin Soup Pot, and together we will prepare something
like seriously,
sumptuous.
You're mesmerizing me with this.
We are about to whip up some magic in here. Okay.
We are doing something ethnic this morning. So leave this Oyibo you're speaking.
Okay, no wahala.
Good morning, and it's great to be here this morning. This morning we're actually going to be making
Before you say what we are making,
I thought you wanted to give that suspense what we're making.
No, I'm not even. I'm going to let you continue with your suspense, but this is unlike you. I can't see millions of protein on the table.
Sure, you know that men are spending money now.
Doing what?
Watching football, betting, one thing.
So
Russia 2018.
You can tell she doesn't like
the
football.
Women. We are going to be cooking ofolugbo,
okay.
Even though with a twist, but on a low budget.
Really?
Yes.
Is it possible to cook ofolugbo on a low budget?
Hey, so far as your ogiri is speaking, so far as your meat and stockfish is doing everything, forget all the extra side attractions. The side attractions are just side attractions.
Let's talk about the ingredients.
Okay, we're having ofolugbo this morning.
Okay.
And we have our olugbo here. But before I start there, let's go to what we have on the pot.
Okay.
We have our cocoyam here.
Right.
Now for the normal home ofolugbo, we use cocoyam. If you notice, I didn't peel the cocoyam.
Okay.
I washed it properly and boiled it with. There's this taste it has that is a bit different.
When you leave the skin on?
Yes, and when you remove the skin.
Okay.
So I boiled it. It's still boiling.
Okay.
So that's our cocoyam. This is going to be a thickener.
Okay.
We're still going to pound it.
Well, we are still okay. That's the purpose of the mortar and pestle here.
So
okay.
Then we have our meat. It's already boiling.
Okay.
It's almost done.
Okay.
I steamed it with some salt, seasoning cube, and onions.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go back to our ingredients.
Okay.
So we have our bitter leaf here. We have a puri pepper here. We have salt. We have I thought we said we were doing low budget. Anyway, it's okay. We have oporo here. We have
Oporo.
Oporo. That's prawns, dried prawns.
Okay.
The dried prawns.
That's what they are called.
Yes, oporo. Then
the palm oil.
Then my Igbo sisters call this one okporoko.
Okporoko.
That's the stockfish.
Okporoko used to be the simplest thing to put in your soup. Now it's like you have to have gold to be able to buy okporoko.
Yeah. Then we have grounded crayfish. We have our ogiri.
This is like the essential
native seasoning, the native Igbo seasoning. In fact, I was watching something the other day. They said this is Igbo seasoning. So they did not even say seasoning cube. They said native seasoning. So we have a native seasoning. We have our seasoning cubes. We have our Cameroon pepper. And we have, that's about it.
This is
puri pepper.
Okay.
And we're about to start cooking.
You're using you are using puri pepper?
I want you to be seasoning, the native Igbo seasoning. In fact, I was watching something the other day. They said this is Igbo seasoning. So they did not even say seasoning cube. They said native seasoning. So we have a native seasoning. We have our seasoning cubes. We have our Cameroon pepper. And we have, that's about it.
This is
puri pepper.
Okay.
And we're about to start cooking.
You are using puri pepper?
I want you to be smooth.
Oh, you're on low budget, because I know you and fresh pepper. You don't joke with fresh pepper.
Don't start with me.
I'm actually...
He's low budget. Allow him to go and watch
But this is your own low budget. You get us. Your low budget has okporoko in it. Do you know how much this thing costs in the market?
A lot of women have okporoko in their fridge. Stop it.
This is low budget.
There is okporoko in the freezer.
Expensive.
In fact, most of these things, in fact, when you now hear people say, oh, I spent 200 naira to cook soup, is this kind of thing that happened.
They had most of it in the house.
Yes, they had some of them at home. So they didn't have to go the extra mile to go buying any.
So what are we doing now?
Next thing we're going to do is check.
The cocoyam is ready?
Yes, I just want to be sure.
When you're pounding, you're going to peel first, aren't you?
Yes, I'm going to puree first.
Okay. Is it possible to just rinse off the skin?
Yes. Just use your hand and peel it off.
Peel it off, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
1 second, it needs to... It's quite hot.
Okay.
I need to give it some time.
To cool?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, another thing on the idea of low budgets, like we said. 1 second, Mary.
This is your low budget that has cocoyam and okporoko.
Oh, yes. Normally, you could actually do cocoyam and use akwu, which is the banga seed. Yeah. But I'm not using the banga seed today because the cocoyam already gives it that same home feel you've been looking for when you're using ofo. Okay. So I'll just be using normal, red oil. Okay. But there's something called ori.
Ori.
So I'm going to make ori.
Okay.
That's the main thing. So give me a few minutes. I need to...
Okay. So I'm sure by the time you get back, there would be... Well, you probably see the ending parts, okay, of the pounding and all, because I trust Mary Jane and our totally ethnic cooking. But we have a break coming up. I need you to stay with us on Wake Up Nigeria. You're welcome back. It's the kitchen segment on Wake Up Nigeria. And of course, some progress has been made. I still have Chef Mary Jane right here with me. And we are making ofe olugbo, but this time on our budgets.
Olugbo, not olugbo. Okay, let me help you with this. Okay, I am trying to puree the cocoyam.
Okay.
And trust me, this is the main highlight of cooking this soup. Pound it and try and make sure you remove every possible lump. Okay. If there are lumps, remove it. Actually, you need to remove it. Okay. Like, remove those lumps.
When you were boiling it, did you put salt?
No, you don't put anything in it, yes.
Okay.
What I'm trying to achieve here is called ori.
Okay.
Okay, so you keep pounding it until it's smooth.
Okay. So what are you going to put in now?
I'm going to put a little oil.
Oh, While in the mortar?
Yes, that's what makes the ori.
Okay.
Now, when you do this like this, you have that same feel of if you used banga, which is apple, to make your soup.
Okay.
So, did you notice anything in the aroma?
Of course. It's actually very awesome. I can't describe what I'm smelling. Like, you can smell the raw palm oil, but in a different way.
Yeah. If you don't make ori while making ofaku with cocoyam, you've not started making bitter leaf soup.
Wow.
Okay, so we got it. We still have some little, but well, our studio, we have to do other things. Okay, so next thing is our meat has been boiling.
Okay.
I need to put in a stockfish.
The okporoko.
Yes, we need to put in the okporoko.
Why do they used to call children okporoko?
Hey.
When you want to yab kids. I heard a lot of
dry
people
bones.
saying
You know, okporoko is usually
bones.
dry. It's already dry, like very,
and you're
very
quite
dry.
right, because it's usually the skinny children. That wasn't nice.
Okporoko as in panla is always
it's
dry.
okay, it's okay. Let's just drop it there, I beg.
It's always dry. Okay, sorry, I forgot to tell you I had pre-softened the stockfish earlier.
Okay.
So I don't really need to wait for any long magic.
Okay.
This time around.
So just take us through the process so that even if we're unable to see it all, everyone can have an idea of what's going to happen.
Okay. I'm already on that.
Okay. Well, I see this would have to cook for a while, as you can see the beef and the stockfish as well as the palm oil. However, it's time for us to head over to a music performance by Atop, and he's on standby with Yomi. Yomi, hi.
All right, thanks, Mary. Well, his name is Atop, and he's an Afrobeat artist, also known as Akinwale Akinyemi, or maybe we should say Akinwale Akinyemi, also known as Atop. All right, he's going to be delivering a musical performance of his high-life tune, Layemi. Are you ready?
Awesome.
Let's do this.
Nice.
Layemi, oh Layemi, malo Layemi, Layemi, oh Layemi, malo Layemi, Oshobogun bàjẹ́ dìde, malo Layemi, Oshobogun bàjẹ́ dìde, malo, because ọ̀rọ̀ mi lọ́wọ́ Olúwa ló wà o, ọ̀rọ̀ mi lọ́wọ́ Olúwa ló wà o. These ladies to the farm, enemies to the talk, oh. I focus on my work, oh. Malo Layemi, my money still dey come. I no need to dey rush, oh. You go see me for my Porsche, oh. Malo Layemi, Irakita o dollar, Tani Mola, Timba shisha marere, I go dey spend the dollar. Shalloku shara mi, tera moshere, uno waki no go chop, manorare. Layemi, oh Layemi, malo Layemi. Layemi, oh Layemi, malo Layemi, Oshobogun bàjẹ́ dìde, malo Layemi, Oshobogun bàjẹ́ dìde, malo, because ọ̀rọ̀ mi lọ́wọ́ Olúwa ló wà o, ọ̀rọ̀ mi lọ́wọ́ Olúwa ló wà o. If you see life hustle, it go make you para o. Suffer for the ghetto, now I got to hammer, yeah. For my Lagbado, I found my way to Joe Biden. Now I'm counting papers, see my guy I'm famous. Say me and you, we got get money. Say me and you, we got live better. Say me and you, we got to live together. Layemi, oh Layemi, malo Layemi, Layemi, oh Layemi. Malo Layemi, Oshobogun bàjẹ́ dìde, malo Layemi, Oshobogun bàjẹ́ dìde, malo, because ọ̀rọ̀ mi lọ́wọ́ Olúwa ló wà o, lọ́wọ́ Olúwa I am ready to spend my money, where the money, plenty money. If you ready to come and jolly, where the money, plenty money. Send me $100, where the money, spray me money. Ali Kodangote, where the money, spray me money. Bola Tinubu, where the money, spray me money. Jagaba, give me allowance, where the money, spray me money. Governor Ambode, where the money, spray me money. Maka Denuga, Jasa Akiwale, big respect to Baki Alabi.
Well done, man. Well done. Really nice one.
Thank you.
What, I mean, as a young person, why did you choose High Life? I mean, I know you're really young. You could have done hip hop, anything you wanted, but you chose High Life. Why?
Okay, so I actually started out as like a hip hop artist back in uni, but then I discovered that I have like
a flair
for like High Life. Growing up, I listened to Obey, Sonny, Orlando Owo, and the likes of them.
Nice. I mean, I like the modern flow that you're also infusing into it with your dance and everything. Really nice. Really cool. All right, and that was a nice video there as well.
Thank you, bro.
Right. I'm going to be talking to you later on to tell me more about the projects that you're working on for the show. All right, man. That's 8 Up, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take a quick break now, and we'll be right back with tips on highlighting and contouring. Ladies, you get ready for this one. That's after this break.
Welcome back. It's still Wake Up Nigeria, and we're in the garden doing everything possible to get you ladies set for the weekend with Radiance Makeover. Regina is here. She's going to be teaching us how to contour our faces.
Yeah.
All right, so how do we do this?
What you want to start with first is to apply your foundation, your primer to your face.
Okay.
Just to give you that quick base for the whole.
Okay.
A quick base.
So what sort of primer is this?
It's just a mattifying primer.
Okay.
Yeah, mattifying primer, and then you can get any brand of your choice. That's why it's a mattifying primer, to keep the face matte.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so it prevents your face from shining, basically.
Yeah, it prevents your face from shining.
So if I don't use this, will it have a major effect on, other things I do to my face?
Yeah, the product might not really lay too well if you don't use a primer on your face.
All right.
The foundation might end up getting cracking or probably looking funny at the end of the day within a few minutes.
Okay. Does it prevent people from sweating?
No, it doesn't stop sweating.
Okay, all right.
You still have to sweat.
All right, so what's next?
But there is a product for sweating in case you want to stop
sweating
sweat at that particular moment. Now, I'm going to start with the concealer underneath the eyes.
Okay. So this particular concealer is supposed to cover what exactly?
Not really, just to start the highlight.
Okay.
Then can also cover if you have a discoloration underneath your eyes. It will also work for it. Okay. So there are two ways of doing contouring and highlighting. Either you start with your concealer first, or you apply your foundation and then start applying your concealer.
Which one do you prefer?
I prefer to do this. Okay. Apply my concealer first. I lighten the whole face first.
Okay.
And then now apply my foundation on top of the highlight. In that case, it helps you blend very well. Yeah, the blending comes out really nice.
Okay. All right. So, this part of the makeup is always strange for some people.
Yeah.
It makes the woman's face look, brighter in some areas and darker in some areas. But this is normal, right?
It makes your underneath the eye, the T-zones, actually, the places you want really highlight, the places you want to, give the face enhancement. Because what contouring and highlight is basically all about is you trying to hide some areas of your eyes and then highlighting some areas. That is, letting some areas come out and then hiding some areas.
Okay.
So now I'm just going to go through my T-zones.
The T-zone is over the eyebrows.
Yeah,
and
your forehead, over your forehead.
Okay.
This, then this.
Okay.
That's a T-zone.
All right.
So I'll just blend this now.
So I have also noted that she's not a very fair person.
Yeah.
She's not that dark, but she's not that fair. The color of the concealer you're using seems to be very fair, you know, to me.
Yes, you have to use a lighter shade of concealer, like about 2 to 3 shades lighter than your skin tone.
Wow.
And now I'm going to go in with my contour.
Contour.
Yes. So these are the areas I'm contouring. These are the temples, then the halo of the shape, and then your nose.
All right.
Bridge of the nose.
Okay, so this contouring product now, I can see it's on a stick. It's different from the concealer you were using. Are they two different textures or what?
Yeah, there are 2 different texture and then 2 different brands.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why it's in the stick, and then the other one is in the tube.
So this particular shade is darker than her skin.
Darker than
the
her
first
skin.
one you used was lighter than her skin.
Yes. And then this one is darker than my skin.
At this point, she doesn't look very pretty right now.
No, she won't look pretty at all. At all. In fact, that is one thing with this particular method. She won't look pretty initially you'll be looking funny.
Okay.
So that's why I prefer this method.
Okay.
But as you work on, by the time you start applying your foundation on it,
okay,
the whole thing blends out so well. And you'll be amazed, like, oh, this just came out, you know. So now I'm going to go in with my foundation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your foundation, is it liquid? What sort of foundation is it?
It's it's liquid foundation.
Okay. So I've been seeing different textures of foundation.
Okay.
I saw the concealer first, then I saw the contour. Those are 2 different things, and now a third aspect is the foundation.
Yes. So now I'm going to go in with my foundation now.
Okay. Where do I start from?
From your under cheek, your between the neck and then the cheek. Okay. Then start working it up.
So the way you're doing your hand now, you're dabbing
it. Yes.
Okay.
So you can see I still applied it towards the contoured area.
Okay.
And then I'm still going towards the highlighted area.
Okay.
So if you're watching closely, you can see the transition already. The way it's going already. And then it's easy my blending. So I don't have to stress myself blending too much after the whole foundation.
Okay.
You know, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so first one was lighter than her skin.
Yes.
Second one was darker than her skin. Is this her skin tone now that we're using?
Yeah, it's a skin tone. So I don't want to use something too light on her skin.
All right.
Because of the highlighting.
Okay.
So you can see I still work it down to even the highlighted area, but you can still see the popping on that same area.
It seems to give her a kind of glow.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah, like a bit of, you know, the face is out there, and then trying to slim out the face.
Okay.
Yeah.
So contouring, I've heard that before. Contouring your face makes you look slimmer.
Yeah,
makes the face look longer.
Yeah.
And then, as you said, hide some things. Okay.
Especially when you have a chubby face and you want to hide some parts
of the face.
So yeah.
All right.
So, she looking better?
Yes, it's not looking as scary as it looked in the beginning.
That's the trick. So now what you want to do, you have to go over it with the powder.
This is the normal compact powder that every woman has.
Yes, even your shade. Look up a bit.
Okay.
So even to that highlighted area, I go on a little bit.
Fantastic.
Yeah, everywhere.
This is the one everybody has in their bag now.
Just
this one. Normal regular powder. It doesn't have to be one expensive product.
No.
Okay, all right.
So now, I've powdered the whole face, even to the highlighted area, just to stop it from creasing by the time I bake on the highlighted part.
Okay, what exactly is baking?
Baking is just you allowing your product to sit on your face for a while. It helps you to sit down, sit on your face more.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm just going to go through this one now. The highlighting powder. So this is called setting powder now.
Okay, setting powder.
Setting powder.
Because I was about to say, why you spoil them now? You don't reach one fine stage and then you are now adding something again. Aren't we done? Once you put the powder on, aren't you just done?
No, you're not done. You still have to set.
Okay.
The setting will pop the place more. It will allow the place to get more pronounced. You know.
All right. Now with all this work you know, I feel like the face is out there enough. But you know, there's so many other aspects to makeup, the lips, the eyeshadow. Do we still need to do all those things if you've highlighted your face and contoured your face well?
You still need to. But most times you don't really even need eyeshadow. If you can prime your eyelid very well with your concealer, you prime the lid very well with the concealer and then powder it, it comes out very smooth. So with that, you don't need to do too many on the lid again. That's if you don't want shadow, like if you want a natural kind of feel. Then you just do your liner and then your dark waterline and then your dirt. So these are another part of the highlighting that, you know, initially I contoured here. So now I have to go underneath that contoured place with my highlighting powder. Okay. That's my setting powder. Okay. Just to define that contour that I did initially. Yes.
Wow, she looks like a completely different person right now.
Yes.
Already.
That's the effect highlighting gives to you.
Okay. I like what I'm seeing.
So because of time, I will not really let this sit too well.
Okay. So how long am I supposed to let it sit?
Just do this and then go up to the next one. Do your lip, do your liquid liner. Your mascara. If you want to do your lashes, you can do your lashes. Then if you want to do other things on your face, you can just be doing other things on your face while you leave the highlight. But now, because of time, I'm just going to dust out that area. Okay. That I highlighted initially.
So you just dust it off?
Yeah, just dust it off.
Okay.
Dust it off.
All right. And it doesn't take time for it to actually set, because I'm looking at it. It looks like it's already started setting.
With my other product.
What's the product?
It's an highlighting kit. Highlighting kit.
Okay.
Yeah,
Highlighting kit.
Yeah.
This is the powder version, I guess.
Yeah, the powder.
All right. And it looks like we're almost done.
Yeah.
So if you're just tuning in, Regina of Radiance Makeover is teaching us how to contour our faces, contour and highlight our faces.
So I'll now go in with my powdered contour.
Yeah.
So that area I initially contoured with the liquid one.
Okay.
So just trying to enhance the place you want to come out our cabin.
And other
It's
places.
already, yeah. So if you look at her face now, it's giving structure already. It's coming out good already.
All right.
Yeah. So one thing you have to do after all this is that by the time you do all this, your face might look so powdery, like too many products. But you can see I didn't even apply much product on her face. Yeah. So her face might look so powdery. What you just do is just go in with your setting spray after this particular section. Okay. Come out her cabin.
And other places.
Already, yeah. So if you look at her face now, it's giving structure already. It's coming out good already.
All right.
Yeah. So one thing you have to do after all this is that by the time you do all this, your face might look so powdery, like too many products. But you can see I didn't even apply much product on her face. Yeah. So her face might look so powdery. What you just do is just go in with your setting spray after this particular section.
Okay. So you just spray the face.
Yeah.
Good morning once again. This is Wake Up Nigeria. We are big on making sure you feel better about your morning the minute you tune in.
And of course, we understand that 1 hour might not be enough time for you to do a good job of that.
Yeah, of course. That's why we are here again to for the second hour.
Yes, indeed.
Or with the second half.
Yes.
Second half of the show.
Football terms again.
Of course, it's going to be. My name is Yomi Ope, and right here, this woman in the Nigerian jersey, ready to bring Nigeria to victory, is Titi Oyinzo.
Thank you, thank you. We're live on TV, Continental.tv, and on Facebook at TVC Connect. For comments, use our hashtag, very important something. Hashtag is Wake Up Nigeria.
Yeah.
You probably have to be living under a rock to know, to not know that Nigeria has a match against Iceland.
Really, Titi?
Today. Yeah, like.
There are some people that are just not interested in football.
No, but the match is today, 4
Yeah,
p.m. We're
it's
going to
4
show it
p.m.
live. We're going to show it live. You need to tune to TVC at 4 p.m. today to watch that match.
I'll of course promise.
You're going to be reaching out to us from Russia.
Very shortly, in a few minutes, actually.
You'll be bringing us updates on the World Cup that's happening right now, courtesy of Power Oil.
All right. And that match, remember, you can watch that match right here on TVC at 4 p.m. Don't forget.
What's New is an exciting weekly TV program by the BBC for young people in Africa that will hit the airwaves very, very soon. And guess what? TVC is going to be a big part of all that fun. We're going to be linking up with some of the personalities responsible for putting together all this, and we'll be talking to them via Skype. You need to stay close for that one.
Yeah, and if you will be catching a movie at the cinema this weekend, we'll be bringing you all the information you need to know about all the action that will be happening at the movies. Mary will be doing justice to that.
Here we get Jerry. Can't touch this.
It seems like the game has really kept you guys connected.
Eat my ice cream. What? He knows I'm lactose intolerant.
Yeah.
All right, so...
Yeah, so I've been feeling very funky in this jersey.
On Twitter, somebody said that, is Mike Misikeno in Russia?
Well, so many jokes, so little time.
We wish we could say that. But yeah, he's supporting the Super Eagles.
You know, Mike might be watching us and planning what to do. Just
so leave him and his plan. But we know that he behaves Russian.
Yeah.
We have to go to the news.
Yes,
though.
we do, and Busalami is on standby for us.
All right, the Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, SERAP, has accused the National Assembly of violating the fundamental rights of Nigerians by cutting the proposed allocations for essential public services to the tune of 19.15 billion naira in the 2018 budget. Deputy Director Timothy Adewale, in a statement, said the action of the federal lawmakers is qualified as a crime against humanity and should, as such, be referred to the International Criminal Court. SERAP wants President Buhari to not only instruct the Attorney General of the Federation to refer the 2018 budget to the ICC, but also comply with the judgment of Justice Mohammed Idris of the Federal High Court in Lagos, who ordered that all the lawmakers culpable in the padding of the 2016 budget be prosecuted. Lawmaker representing Yobe East says it is not compulsory for President Buhari to fully implement all projects inserted in the 2018 budget. Bukar Abba Ibrahim disclosed this during an interaction with Senate correspondents following the observation raised by the presidency on the alteration of key federal projects by lawmakers. The lawmaker says all previous budget had never been fully implemented, even at the best of times. The Lagos State Police Command has declared as false a video circulated online by one masked woman who claims a police sergeant owned houses worth billions of naira in Lagos. Police Commissioner Edgar Imohime says the police officer accused by the woman in the video does not own such property, but the police will do all it can to unravel the woman behind the mask. And that's all for me. from now. And I will go back now for a weather update and later back to Yomi and Titi for the rest of the program.
Welcome back. It's still Wake Up Nigeria. Now, what's new is an exciting weekly TV program by the BBC. It's for young people in Africa, and it launches soon. It's aimed at 11 to 16-year-olds, and the show is an informative, fun program aimed at keeping young people up to date with what's happening around the world, especially in the world they live in. They have a thing about being in their own world, and we need to get them out there. And joining us all the way from the UK is Debula Kemoli, hope I got that right, and Ben Hunt, who are both hosts of the show.
Hi.
Hi, how's it going?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
Fantastic. Pleased to meet you. Okay, so there's so much information I've been given about the show, but I would love it if you could just break it down for us. What is this show going to be about?
Okay, so this show is a program. It's a weekly program for young people across the African continent. So it's the first time that the BBC or any international broadcaster has made a program of current affairs and features for young people across the African continent, and we're doing it.
All right, so how many segments are we talking about, and how many times a week is it going to come up?
Well, we've got lots of different segments, but I think the main segments are we're going to be having the big interview, which will be like a celebrity, and it doesn't have to be an artist or a musician. It could be anybody who's doing something great on the continent. So innovators, coders, it's not just limited to artists. And this weekend we're going to have Wizkid, so people have to watch out for that. And then we also have Behind the Headlines. Because it's a news program, it's quite important that, we are breaking down the news for young people, going behind the headlines to help them understand, the world they live in and explain complex issues in the world. But also there's My Story, because we want them to have a platform to share their story. So we'll be talking to teenagers, young people. We'll have a segment where they just talk about their lives, what they've achieved, what they hope to achieve. So those are the main segments that we have in the program, but it will be dotted around with other great content.
Fantastic. So we all know that the BBC is quite innovative when it comes to bringing together new programs, especially for young people. But what exactly is going to be different about this show? I heard something about VR.
Oh, yes. This is very exciting. So we've got an augmented reality studio, which is kind of like virtual reality, but it's like 1+ on that. Because for our studio, we can have virtual objects appear, and we can actually show them in 3D. So you can kind of move around the objects in the studio.
Wow.
So for instance, for the World Cup, which we're talking about this weekend, we actually go to the stadium and we're flying around within it, and we've got players popping up, and we can kind of look at them and walk around them. It's very cool.
I can only imagine right now. I can't wait to see the first episode. But what I find most important is addressing some certain issues. What sort of conversations are we going to be having with these kids?
Well, there's lots of issues that teenagers, would like to talk about. Some of them, in the first episode, most of them are just talking about how they're proud to be African, that identity thing, that's one of it. But also there's going to be other issues throughout the year that we'll be, bringing to you, if it's issues to do with maybe bullying at school, but, and at the moment, because it's kind of like a positive start, people have just come up with why they're proud to be African, and that's how we're opening our program.
All right. I really find that very, very important to actually touch on those issues. But away from the show now, we'd love to meet you both. Ben, how did you start at the BBC as quickly as possible?
How did I start at the BBC?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I started as an intern, actually. 2 years ago, I kind of joined BBC News, and I wanted to become a journalist. Prior to that, I was working as a strategy manager at Google, and I was working a lot with emerging markets. So I was visiting different places, kind of working on their strategies. So I decided I wanted to become a journalist, came to BBC News, and I've just been working as a reporter and presenter since then.
Debula, same question for you. I would love to know how you got into all this.
It was a long journey for me to get into the BBC. I started as a freelancer. Before that, I was working as a journalist in Zanzibar, as a TV reporter and presenter. So when I finished uni here, I just started freelancing. I approached the Swahili department. The language skills are good. Keep up with the language skills. Because if it wasn't for Swahili, I wouldn't have gotten in. So I started with the Swahili as a TV producer, and then I ended up working with BBC Minute Radio as a presenter, and then I went to World TV and worked as a producer, and now I'm here. So yeah, that's how my
journey.
It's been a
All
journey.
right, then. And together, the combination of both of you already looks amazing. From where I'm sitting, you guys look great. You look like you're set. You're ready for a great show. One last question. Where are you getting all this content from? You're all the way in the UK, and we're here in Africa. Are you coming over here? Are you sourcing from people? How are you putting all this together?
Perceptions can be deceiving because while we're here, we have colleagues across the continent. Okay. So we've got correspondents in lots of different places. We've got one in Lagos, Nigeria, actually. So we're going to be going to them on a weekly basis. They'll be going out to schools, to different organizations and gathering stories for us. And don't forget that, as you see with that logo there, the BBC, we've also got the whole of the BBC network at our disposal as well. So reporters and correspondents for other programs who want to give us content can also do that. We are across Africa.
All right, then. So the official date of the launch is it today?
It's tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Okay, fantastic. What time?
So I believe it's going on a few stations in Nigeria, actually. So you need to check your local listings for that. But we've also got a YouTube channel. So every Saturday, people can type in BBC What's New, and our program will pop up because we're posting our full program on there. But yeah, we're going to be across, I think, 3 Nigerian stations.
All right, everything sounds amazing. Sounds like you guys are set to have a lot of fun, and we can't wait to watch it over here. And of course, if you're ever in Nigeria, make sure you come on set and come and say hi.
Definitely.
All right, then. Have a great day.
Thanks so much, you too.
Oh, wow. Okay, so that was Ben, and what's the pronunciation of the name? I keep getting the pronunciation of the name. I wanted to say Debula from Kenya. They're in the UK, and they're going to be launching a brand new show for kids called What's New. Handing over to Mary now. I'm quite jealous of Mary right now, actually, because the food in the kitchen is just smelling so amazing. Can't wait, can't wait. And, well, hey, Mary, every Friday we do what we can to update you on what's happening in the cinemas. So, Mary, tell us what I'm going to watch this weekend.
You already took the words right out of my mouth, because this is what we do every Friday, updating you on what's happening in the cinemas. Now, when you're able to get the chance to unwind, of course you want to know what's showing in the cinemas. Great movies there are, and I have a few to recommend for you to watch. All right, in the cinema right now, Ocean's 8 is an American heist comedy movie directed by Gary Ross. The film is a spin-off from Ocean's trilogy and features Sandra Bullock, Kate Blanchett, Anne Hathaway, Mindy Kaling, Sarah Paulson, Rihanna, Helena Bonham Carter, and Awkwafina. The film follows a group of women led by Debbie Ocean, the estranged sister of Danny Ocean, who plans a highly sophisticated heist of the Met Gala in New York City. Watch this.
To steal stuff?
Yes.
Is it genetic? Are the whole family like this?
Literally.
It's no wonder that our ladies recreated the Met Gala here to watch the premiere. Now, everyone's favorite family of superheroes is back in Incredibles 2. The American 3D computer animated superhero film is produced by Pixar Animation Studios. It is the sequel to 2004's The Incredibles and second installment of the film series. The plot follows the Park family as they balance regaining the public's trust of superheroes with their civilian family life, only to combat a new foe who seeks to turn the populace against all supers. The film stars Craig T. Nelson, Holly Hunter, Sarah Vowell, and Samuel L. Jackson.
Wow, okay, that is freaky.
Combustion imminent? What does that mean? Ah!
It means fire, Robert.
And from there, we move on to Tag. Tag is an American comedy film directed by Jeff Tomsic. Making his directorial debut, the film is based on a true story that was published in the Wall Street Journal about a group of grown men, Ed Helms, Jake Johnson, Hannibal Buress, John Hamm, and Jeremy Renner, who spend 1 month a year playing the game of tag.
Here we get Jerry. Can't touch this.
It seems like the game has really kept you guys connected.
Eat my ice cream.
What?
He knows I'm lactose intolerant. He's taunting me.
Don't you know I'm gonna make you with my...
Moving on, all hell breaks loose in this slapstick comedy movie, Boss of All Bosses, which centers around the intense rivalry between two MDs of an indigenous oil and gas corporation in Nigeria. This feel-good movie stars Adunia Ade, Akpororo, Chinedu Emmanuel, Eniola Badmus, Ime Bishop, amongst others.
Original and first MD of Hencops Oil and Gas Corporation.
Who will protect this crown?
We will! We will! Ahoo!
Will you protect this crown?
We will! We will! Ahoo! Give me the victory song!
So we don't have any victory song because we have not been victorious before. So.
Boss of all bosses. Boss of all bosses. I be the boss of all bosses.
Still in Naija, Ghetto Bread is a Nollywood movie that tells the story of Ife, a young, vibrant lady who doesn't believe in love until Onons, who spoke the language she understood, and Fred, a complete gentleman. The movie stars Jide Kosoko, Helen Paul, Osh Bebe, and Eniola Badmus again, who also doubles as the producer.
Now maybe the only blood where you get for this whole wide world.
You dey forget, say you are a product of a leaking condom. Condom will burst. If not, therefore not burn you.
I give you 50,000 naira. And now you're asking for more. Okay, how do you expect me to survive in school without cash?
What kind of nobody is a terror for me? If anybody I terror for me, I will took a finger for the eye.
Hey, enough. Like bang da da da. Now maybe the only blood where you get for this whole wide world.
You dey forget, say you are a product of a leaking condom. Condom will burst. If not, therefore not burn you.
I give you 50,000 naira. And now you're asking for more. Okay, how do you expect me to survive in school without cash?
What kind of nobody is a terror for me? If anybody I terror for me, I will took a finger for the eye.
Hey, enough. Like bang da da da. He do like bang da da da. He use some like bang da da da. He press some like bang da da da. Bang da da. Bang da da.
Great stuff, right? Well, I hope you have a wonderful time in the cinemas this weekend. Wake Up Nigeria continues in a bit. Stay with us.
Welcome back. Earlier on the show, we had a musical performance by High Life artist A-Top.
Now he's joining us to tell us more about his musical journey so far. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Suddenly the shades go on.
And when he was on set, he was just in his element.
Yeah.
He was just really set to perform, and you know, I really enjoyed the song.
Thank you.
And I like, but you know what? When we talked earlier, we talked about the fact that you're fusing high life, which is from 50 years ago, with more modern beats and even some of your dance moves and all of that. So tell us how you do that with your music.
Yeah, so basically I discovered that we need to bring back that high life, rich music, but then we cannot sing it the way it was sung. So we have to impute some new elements into it, like the beats and then some new sounds, basically, so that it can appeal to like
to young
our generation.
Okay, tell us about the journey. How did you enter this music world?
Okay, I think I'll just take on my
All right. All right.
Okay, so I started in uni way back 2010. So, but then I used to do hip hop, and I used to play at clubs and perform at clubs.
Oh.
Yeah, but then when I got back to Nigeria,
What happened?
I discovered a better side of the type of music that I want to do, like my sound, basically. So, yeah.
And this was like music that you grew up with.
Yeah.
Obey,
like my dad would play Sonny Ade. My dad would listen to Commander Ebenezer Obey, Orlando Julius. All those songs were songs that I listened to. So now, when I'm in the studio, those are the kind of songs that I want to make.
But you know, it's a long way from hearing the songs from back in the day to producing something similar or something in that direction. The writing, the production. Did you have friends, producers, people that helped you out with the process?
Yeah, definitely. Most times I'd even have like an idea of what I want to do, and then I call up my friend. I have like a couple of them that I use, and I'm like, this is what I have. Can we come up with something? Then he'll just come up with a beat, and then if I like it, I jump on it. If I don't, then we'll do another one till we get it right.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that earlier on we were listening to the two BBC presenters that you were talking to, and they were talking about young people and some of the challenges that they face. I mean, you're still a young guy.
Yeah.
If you went to the university in 2010, I mean, compared to people like us. But
what year was that?
I don't even want to go there. But the challenges that young people go through, as a young person yourself, and finding your place in music and deciding that this is what I really want to do. Tell us about that.
Okay, so when I got back, I started a business because I felt that being in music, you wouldn't get, well, I'll just say it, you wouldn't get cash out immediately, especially in Nigeria where you need so much cash to promote and tip so many people to make sure that you're ahead of your scene. Or but then I didn't do too well in my first business, and that gave me motivation to go back and focus on like music. Although I still do business, but then I don't joke with the music part of it too. So basically the challenges that we have is that we're not, I want to go a little bit deep, we're not conscious of the kind of content that we take in. We just look at the after effect and we're wondering why is this happening, not thinking about the kind of music that we listen to or that we play over and over and again. And so basically, I decided that I would write music that has a message, music that would inspire people, music that like they used to do in the olden days, so like in the days of the Obey, where they tell you to walk, like if you don't walk or don't mind what they say. Because
so there's like a message, a central message.
There's always a message in those songs, but nowadays, well,
it's all about the dance and feel good. But don't you think though, because sometimes it's like, I've heard several people say that people want to forget their problems.
Well, true.
So sometimes they just want to
remind you of those problems.
They just want, sometimes
too much.
People just want to dance. You know, they just want to go to the club and forget their sorrows.
Yeah, but then we can still dance. Like there are so many songs that you can dance to that still carries like a good message. I'm not trying to say like definitely we have to be young and we have to enjoy, we have to be entertained, but then I'm saying that we also have to be conscious of the kind of things that people listen to. Like when you say it doesn't really matter, let's just dance, let's just chill, but then it just keeps rolling in your mind and your subconscious, and then you start to act it out. But then at that point, you don't know that it's already a part of you. But
wow, very true, very true. And if you're just tuning in now, earlier on we had a performance from him, and we're about to see a clip from his video.
Because ọ̀rọ̀ mi lọ́wọ́ Olúwa ló wà o, ọ̀rọ̀ mi lọ́wọ́ Olúwa ló wà o. These ladies to the farm, enemies to the talk o, I focus on my work o. My lọ́wọ́ láyé mi, my money still dey come, I no need to dey rush o, you go see me for my Porsche o. My lọ́wọ́ láyé mi, ìràkìtà o dọ́là, tani mọ́lá. Timba shisha marere, I go dey spend the dollar. Shaloku ishara mi, tera moshare. Uno waki no go chop, manorare. Láyé mi o, malo láyé mi, o láyé mi, malo láyé mi. Òṣogbogun bàjẹ́ dìtẹ̀, malo láyé mi, òṣogbogun bàjẹ́ dìtẹ̀, malo because. Ọ̀rọ̀ mi lọ́wọ́ Olúwa ló wà o, ọ̀rọ̀ mi lọ́wọ́ Olúwa ló wà o. If you see life hustle, it go make you para o. Suffer for the ghetto, now I got to hammer them. For my lágbàdo, I found my way to Joburg. Now I'm counting paper, see my guy I'm famous. Say me and you, we got get money, say me and you. Got me better, say me and you, we got to live together. Oh, lo, 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 lo. Láyé mi o, malo láyé mi, oh láyé mi, malo láyé mi, Òṣogbogun bàjẹ́ dìtẹ̀, malo láyé mi, Òṣogbogun bàjẹ́ dìtẹ̀, malo because ọ̀rọ̀ mi lọ́wọ́ Olúwa.
A-Top there. And so I saw what you meant by the message. So you're saying a lot of things in that video, talking about hard work, trusting God, and stuff like that. That's deep.
Yeah. It's about time for us to go into the kitchen now. And really, I'm loving the message, just as Yomi said.
Ready for some. I don't know what they've made in the kitchen. Wow.
But well, I do. I know it's really great food.
Oh, thank
Welcome
you.
to the kitchen, A-Top.
Yes.
Chef Mary Jane, is this breakfast? No, really.
What
This is African breakfast.
What is all this?
In the village, is it not apple?
Exactly.
What is all this?
Is it not
Oh my
apple
goodness.
used to eat? Okay.
All right, you're welcome to the kitchen, and I've got Chef Mary Jane of Kadin Support, really busy all day long, and she'll be telling us exactly what she made.
I made a folugbu in a...
What did you call it? Can you say that again?
Olugbu, bitter leaf soup. What was that?
Why don't you just call it bitter leaf soup?
Bitter leaf soup is easier now. Mary Jane.
Okay, bitter leaf soup.
Yeah.
Cost low cost.
Okay,
affordable,
budget friendly.
Budget friendly.
Yeah, so that our men can actually go and watch football with the remaining.
What are you saying?
Okay.
So we will not eat well because we want to buy it.
By the time they eat this one, will they be able to stay awake for the whole match?
No, they'll end up spending the time with me.
Hey! I like that.
How you make it?
So we actually made a folubu. The thickener was cocoyam. I made what we call ori. That was what gave it this look it has. And it's with beef and stockfish, no extras. I hope as a Yoruba man, you don't have issues with trying new food.
No, I actually don't.
He looks like he wants to be so please.
Hand it over.
Just hand it over.
On our last show, we yapped that we gave, I served eba and there was no water. So,
please,
this is
okay, yeah, exactly.
You get to choose.
But I am I don't know.
Are you serving it or is it just diving in?
No, just diving.
Okay, so start anywhere.
Just diving.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just dive in.
That's the spoon.
Okay.
So
I can just fetch a bit.
I don't want to go anywhere near this food. You know why?
Titi might end
because
up
you probably
serving
will
our
not
mouth.
serve.
I'm just taking away. I'm just
will not serve the guest.
Please look after me, Mary. I'm so afraid of this food.
You could just walk out through the kitchen.
This looks so good. Like,
Mary Jane,
I'm just...
Mary Jane, I'm
Okay, I
singing
think
for your food.
I don't know what it is.
Since you're not making, are you still washing your
Yeah, I
hands?
would.
Okay,
I think we
It
have
actually
to.
made me jump.
I'm going to
I should
start my
have
music
used the
career,
bowl
people. You guys wait and see.
A big thank you to our friends at Home NG for the kitchen accessories.
And of course, Fola's place for the hairstyling. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We will be doing this again on Monday morning. Be sure to join us.
Yeah. A big thank you to A-Top for joining us this morning. And don't forget, you can tune into this station and watch the live coverage of Nigeria versus Iceland at 4 p.m. on TVC today.
4 p.m. Don't forget. 4 p.m. And we're gonna win. We are gonna win. Yeah. Mary Jane, bring that food.
We'll see you again on Monday, everybody.